Hello everybody, welcome to our third podcast, Talking Cancer Together. My name is Colin McArdle for Ayrshire Cancer Support. Delighted to be here with you, and this episode we're going to focus on a huge event for Ayrshire Cancer Support. It is the Gatsby Ball. It's happening on Saturday the 21st of March, so not too far away, at the Ayr Racecourse. It's a dazzling night of 1920s style entertainment. The ballroom will be turned into a massive 1920s style ballroom on the night, a celebration of charm and timeless style, a great atmosphere, sophistication, vintage glamour, and we'll find out exactly what's going to be happening on the night, because I'm joined by Nicola George from Ayrshire Cancer Support. Hiya, Nicola.
Hi, Colin. Great to see you as always.
You too.
Great to see you.
Thank you for asking me along. It's great to be here hosting the podcast once again for you. And tell us about this night, 21st of March. We're going to turn the whole of the Ayr Racecourse into a 1920s ballroom. How are you going to manage that?
Actually, you sold it brilliantly, Colin. I don't need to say anything else. That was amazing. But yes, we are. We're going to add glitz, glamour and sophistication to Ayr Ballroom Princess Suite on Saturday the 21st of March this year. It's a fantastic evening. It's an evening of great entertainment. So we've got a whole lineup of entertainment. I don't want to tell you too much because I want it to be a surprise on the evening.
Okay.
But when you arrive from 6:30 for the sparkling reception until you leave at when carriages are called, roughly about midnight, you will be entertained from beginning to end. It's going to be a fabulous night. Obviously 1920s glamour, Gatsby themed.
Wow.
You can dress up if you want. You can wear the flapper outfits, whatever you
Amazing.
want. Anything goes, to be quite honest with you. But one thing I can guarantee is that you will be entertained from beginning to end. Unfortunately, we can't have Lindsay and David, our principal sponsors here from Ayr Racecourse and Western House, but they are the principal sponsors of the ball, and I think you're going to hear about our supporting sponsors who are here, who are going to follow on after me.
Fantastic. So it's a great night. If you want to get tickets, how do people get tickets now? You can take tables with your work colleagues, your friends, tables
Absolutely.
of 10. I think it's tables of 10.
Tables of 10, tables of 12, whatever you want, we will accommodate you. Individual tickets, singular tickets, you can buy them through our website, or you can email fundraising@ayrshirecs.org, and we can, and just with the number that you want or the requirements, and we can get in contact with you to sort that out. So there's no shortage of avenues to be able to order tickets or tables.
Great. And you've got jazz band, you've got entertainment. I'm not going to give the names away.
No, we've got singers, dancers, bands, and obviously we've got Waterfront, who are
amazing.
the entertainment post-dinner.
Love Waterfront. I've worked with them loads of times, and great.
They're one of the best bands out there. Absolutely.
To finish a night, they'll have absolutely everybody out their chair. There'll be nobody sitting down for the end of the evening. Great. Well, listen, thank you, Nicola, for joining us, and I look forward to seeing you on the night.
Yes, look forward to it, Colin.
Thank you. So a massive thank you to Nicola for popping in to tell us all about the fantastic ball that is coming up, the Gatsby Ball. And over to the main event, I'd like to welcome my next studio guests, who are all the guys that are responsible for sponsoring the event, and also the main man himself, the host of the event. So please welcome to the studio, Greg Summers, our host. Hiya, Greg.
Good evening, afternoon, morning, whenever you watch this.
Wherever you are in the world. Also, hi to Martin Smith from Scotia Windows and Doors. Hello, Martin. Nice to meet you. And Ian Wham. That's a great name, Ian Wham.
Thank you.
From Innovec Limited. And with a name like that, you should be hosting it, Ian. That's a great
You can join the hosters with me.
Listen, guys, thank you for taking the time to pop down to Ayrshire to see us. I'm going to start with Ian first of all. Innovec. I've seen you guys around. I know your IT sort of base stuff. That's all I kind of know. So tell us a wee kind of potted history of the company. How long you been going? Where are you based? And what sort of stuff do you do?
So we started in 2009. I was made redundant then, and the company I'd worked for gave me a little leg up. We got started then. And we've been slowly growing since then. We're at 14 staff now.
Brilliant.
We're based up in Dundonald. We've got a small office up in Glasgow that we opened 18 months ago. So we provide IT support, network and cyber security for small businesses, mainly around Ayrshire, but further afield now.
Great.
As well.
And you were telling me earlier you're basically the IT company behind Ayrshire Cancer Support, so
yeah,
that's what's got you involved with the charity and actually being involved behind the scenes with them.
Yes, so I'm obviously aware of Ayrshire Cancer Support before we started, but it was just before COVID we got involved. They were looking to get a bit more out of the systems that they had, so we got involved with reviewing that. Then we took over their IT support, so we look after them on a daily basis, making sure they get what they need, and then we kind of help them make sure that they're getting the best out of what they've got to best support their patients and their clients.
So you get to see the busy times for the company. I run up to Boxing Day dip, and certainly with this event, you'll get to see some of the stuff that's going on in preparation.
So we start speaking to them more about issues they're having, and then of course the fundraising question comes up, and we're obviously happy to support those when they come around. Great
to hear. Thank you for your support. Martin, you're the main man. I was going to say you're the main man at Scotia, but you've went through a wee change in the last couple of months. There's lots of main men and women now. It's everybody involved in the company. Tell us a wee bit about that. You've been going a while.
So we're going 40 years, based up in Kilmarnock and Bonnyton, now we're in Muirfield. We're 263 staff, and we recently went from being owned by a small group of shareholders to being an employee-owned business.
Wow.
So we created a trust, and now all the 263 employees are supposed to have a stake in the business going forward.
Amazing.
And that's going to protect the future of the business in Kilmarnock, which is one of the main things for us.
Yeah. How's that work out for you? You've got everybody chapping at the door every day. How are we getting on, boss? How are we getting on the day? How's the profits looking?
There's a bit of that. I'm sure it'll only get worse. But, we do our best to manage that, and we're still all involved in the business.
Superb.
Which is good, but it's just a bit of a mindset change for us and for the staff.
Yeah.
And hopefully it'll make sure we go forward properly and profitably.
Great. Well, I love this because it's all well-kent faces and well-kent companies. That's what it's all about. Ayrshire's a small place, and we all know you guys. We know this guy, Greg Summers, is a bit of a legend, a bit of a hero of mine, actually. It's great to have Greg here. He's been doing it a long time. He does the hosty thing. You do sales training. Your career's kind of went off in a real tangent of the last year. I know you now, and I've got two 16-year-old lads that do now Ayrshire Radio with me, Josh and Harry, and Greg.
Lovely lads.
They're cracking lads.
Lovely lads.
And Greg was hosting at the Prestmas in the run-up to Christmas in Prestwick, and young Josh turns around and says to me, he says, and that's the way Josh talks, he's got a dead deep voice, and he says, MC man, I can't believe I've got a key store guy coming. He's the key store guy. And this is this TikTok thing. How did that come about, the key store thing?
It was, so my son has a social media agency.
Okay.
And he runs the social media for a number of brands.
Right.
And having been a presenter for many years, he landed the key store gig.
Okay.
And I'm not on social media.
Yeah.
I'm on WhatsApp. That's my social media.
That's me, you and me both.
In fact, my son calls me a WhatsApp Ultra. So I he does, whatever that means. But apparently it means you're on WhatsApp a lot. But anyway, he said, I have landed this account for the TikTok for Keystore.
Yeah.
He said, I think you'd be great as the presenter. And I said, well, what do you want me to do? And he said, I just want you to take the mic and have a laugh. And I was like, I'll do that.
Aye. But
I had no idea that you could make a convenience store brand.
Amazing,
very
honestly.
Cool.
Amazing.
So it's without being rude to tech and double glazing windows who have their own space of coolness. But it's like taking one of these brands and making it dead cool for young people.
It is.
Which he managed to do, however he managed to do it. But I was his vehicle for having fun. And I think the father-son dynamic has been very successful in it because he tells me what he wants me to do in a manner that I wouldn't allow anyone else to talk to me.
Yes.
So he says, Dad, I don't want you in if I don't do it right. And it's just, he's got a very creative mind, and he's able to put me in a space whereby he says, Dad, do this, we do it.
Yeah.
But I think what's very popular within it is just the connection we have with the audience, the punters and the fun.
Oh, it's brilliant.
And it is very, very good fun.
It reminds me of the Dad's Doorstep Challenge, but it's just people going in for their shopping, and Greg grabs them with a microphone. What's that? You're buying a bride or a what was it, Ruffles or something? What were we talking about? Fuzzballs or something last week? Whatever, I don't know, whatever the guy was buying, Red Bull, whatever it is they're buying, and he just grabs them and what's in your shop, and it's absolutely brilliant.
It's good fun.
It's good. So great to have you on board.
Thank you.
You're going to be hosting the event. Can you tell me a wee bit, Ian, from your point of view, on sponsoring this? Why this particular event? Because you're sponsoring the Gatsby Ball. Why sponsor this particular event?
So I think I only learned a few years ago was that Ayrshire Cancer Support, they don't get any grant funding.
Right.
They get all their money through fundraising and donations.
Yep.
So I believe that this is one of their biggest nights of the year of fundraising. So it's absolutely imperative that we can support them where we can. And it's a really fun night. This is the third time we've sponsored them. One of the things that they've got a photographer there, and they take the group photos, and we've got those photos up on the office wall, which is great.
Brilliant.
Good memories.
Yeah.
And for the team that we bring, they just love it. They get their sequins on and their hair done, and they go in the roulette tables and everything. And there's always something in the raffle that you win. So there's so many parts to it that it's just a great thing to attend.
Yes.
And you're helping Ayrshire Cancer Support at the same time, which is fantastic.
I think it's an exciting thing to look forward to. January's a dead dull month, you know, and we're sitting here and we're getting over the post-Christmas blues. Me and Greg was talking about that. You know, one of us had a great Christmas, one of us had no so good Christmas, but you know, it's something to get in the diary for the work space for the team. Table of 10, how many people you want to get, book double tables, whatever it is, and just something to look for. Get it in the diary, and it's not that far away actually. And for yourself, Martin, Scotia, you've been involved. Tell us how you get involved with sponsoring and the things you do. You supplied a van for Ayrshire Cancer Support.
Yeah, I mean, well, Nicola approached us a few years back, and when they were doing the first stage of the new centre.
Yep.
So they asked if we can do anything. An easy and simple, practical thing for us.
Yeah.
We provide them with windows.
Yeah, exactly. It's your gig.
We dealt with Fiona Lees as well, who, I think is one of the charity's trustees and through the council, and so we knew the characters, and we knew how important the charity was to the locals.
Yeah.
So then we did a sponsors board, and we went to a ball one year. I think they were like the casino ball.
Yeah.
And then we sort of said, look, can we do more? And asked to do more.
Yeah.
Another practical, simple thing we can do. We've got a lot of vans. Yeah. So we can get a van, we can insure it.
Brilliant.
So we did that.
Brilliant.
And that's been hopefully a real success. And
brilliant.
I enjoy driving past it and seeing it part of the racecourse.
I see it every day. That's where they park it up and sits outside. Obviously, we'll get a connection with the racecourse as well. And you're looking forward to the ball. All your staff will be going tables.
I think we've got 2 tables. And,
great.
The staff will come, and some friends will come. Yeah. It's great for me because I can walk home. And I'm a sucker for the auction. Oh yeah, good on you. Fool,
brilliant.
I always end up with something that my wife's really angry with. But there's some good stuff too.
You've hosted loads of auctions. That's your bag, doing this kind of thing.
What kind of auction you will be getting heavy pressure on the night?
How do you work an auction? When you're working a room.
Interestingly, when I remember I'd done my first auction. In this game of entertainment, you've to get experience. You don't have like a school that you can go to where someone tells you how to do an auction. So you're thrown in at the deep end. And I learned, but I just in time got better and better and better at it. Yeah. And what I think for me is that if anyone's out there watching, wondering how to host an auction, one of the common mistakes that many people make when they're hosting an auction is they will start really high.
Yes.
And it immediately cuts out the 3/4
of your audience
to 7/8 of the room.
Yeah.
So what I do is I'll start at a £5.
Right.
Right. And it's never going to sell at a £5. It might end up at 5 or 50 grand.
Yeah.
There's some items that have ended up at 50 grand.
Yeah.
But if you start at a £5, everyone will bid. So immediately you have the whole room on side.
Brilliant.
Right.
Brilliant.
And then you take it to tenner, then 100, then 150, then 250, then £1,000, then 3 grand, then 5 grand, then 10 grand.
Yep.
But you've got to start low. But in this case, I imagine you probably go to 30, 40.
We'll be this man in the room, no pressure.
My biggest problem is I get so embarrassed if nobody bids for a prize. So I'll end up being the first one to stick up my hand, and then I'm in on it, and then I don't want to lose it.
So exactly. So with that in mind, most auctioneers start very, very high, which immediately eliminates
the room,
pretty much the whole room. And they might start so high that no one wants to bid.
I've seen it sticking. The really sticky ones.
The casino one, the casino Ayrshire Cancer Support Ball. The first prize, the first auction item was a night in your house with the casino people.
Right.
And I was reading through the auction prizes, and I wasn't even listening to what was on offer.
Aye.
And they started the auction, and they said £750.
Aye.
And I just put my hand up, right?
You're setting yourself for a successful here.
And then the next thing I knew, I was getting this arm. And my friends laughing at me. And I'm going...
Slow down.
My wife was raging.
Oh, good on you. But well, I look forward to seeing you there. Gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure to talk to you. Thank you so much, Greg, the main man. I look forward to seeing you on the night and doing a top job of hosting for us. And gentlemen, thank you as always for your sponsorship and support for Ayrshire Cancer Support. Thank you, guys.
Excellent.
Thank you. So I'd just like to say a massive thank you to Nicola George from Ayrshire Cancer Support for joining us. Also to Ian Wham from Innovec Limited, Martin Smith from Scotia, and of course the one and only Greg Summers, who's going to be our host on the night. So the night is the 21st of March. It's at Ayr Racecourse. It's our Gatsby Ball. It's a 1920s theme, and you are all cordially invited to come along. The tables are £90 per person. If you want to go just a couple of you, that would be absolutely fantastic and very welcome. If you want a table of 10, get together with your work colleagues and take a table of 10. That's £900. It's an amazing evening. As Nicola was saying at the start, we'll transform you back to 1920s Gatsby era. The glam, the glitz, the glamour, the music, the atmosphere. It's going to be a fantastic night, and if you fancy coming along, we'd love to see you there. So it's the Gatsby Ball, 21st of March, and all in aid of Ayrshire Cancer Support. Thank you again to our principal sponsors, David and Lindsay, and all the team at Ayr Racecourse. We couldn't do it without you, and all the guys at the Western House Hotel. So we look forward to seeing you. Date for your diary, Saturday the 21st at the Ayr Racecourse for our Gatsby Ball 2026.